Yo, what up, fan base? So, I'm outside enjoying the nice weather. It's a beautiful day. It's, I think the 26th or 27th, I'm not sure. But where I live, southwestern Ontario, in the summer times, it gets super hot to the point where you want nothing to do with it. So you got to enjoy these days because there are very few of them. If it's not winter, it's a boiling hot summer. It's like nothing in between. But the reason I'm even doing this is because fuck, I just want to talk more about AEW. Man, you know, that show was something else to me. It showed you that you could have professional wrestling that didn't involve World Wrestling Entertainment. It always brings me back to what Gato said. He said, we're not entertainment. We are a wrestling company. And good wrestling is entertaining. And man, did that ring true on the 25th. I think it was the 25th. And that would make this the 27th. So, I talked to Cool Mike earlier. He's still in bed. Time delay and jet lag and all that. But he had a fucking amazing time. So hopefully we're going to get a chat going about that so you guys can see what he saw from his eyes. We'll compare notes. We'll compare what it looked like from the arena and what it looked like from home. I don't know, man. You know, I soured on Dean Ambrose years ago, but goddamn, is he a cool motherfucker now. There's kids off in the distance. Hopefully they're not hearing me swear. Actually, I don't care. But man, even his promo after, where he says, this is a paradigm shift. You had to know. You had to know that was a crack at how badly the WWE handled his heel turn. So, if this is what we're going to get out of Moxley, I'm all for it, man. I think he looks awesome. I think the WWE held him back from what he could really do. So I'm all for a Kenny Omega, John Moxley feud. And the good thing about it is, because they don't have weekly TV yet, you're not going to get tired of seeing these two guys go at each other. And I'm sure it's going to spill over into being the elite, which will make this even more fun. So, fuck, man. So happy. So happy. You know, I've been wanting to do positive reviews of, say, WWE. That hasn't happened. But in one show, I got a very positive review out of Double or Nothing. That show was great. I know I've seen some WWE fans talking about how, some of the matches weren't great. Look, obviously all the matches weren't perfect. But in my opinion, there wasn't a bad match. They were all competitive. I think the weakest match out of them was the 4-woman match. They brought Kong out for a pop. It worked, but she didn't do much, and it took Nayla out. And I think I read that she's a transsexual, a trans person, and that's pretty awesome, you know. So, another thing I saw was there was an interview after where Cody was asked about the diversity of the roster. And he gave a great answer. He said something along the lines of, he said to Brandy once, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I don't see color. And she said to him, well, then you haven't lived my life. I had nothing to say about that. People have their own opinions of that kind of thing. That's not what this is about. But what he did say after was basically, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, straight, trans, whatever. He's like, it's about the wrestling. To me, that comes off as saying, we're going to pick the best person for the job, regardless of their exterior characteristics. And that was music to my ears. Because in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, what happened in 2016, politics has been everywhere, right? And frankly, I'm tired of it. I watch wrestling to get away from that kind of stuff. And for Cody to say that, to me, was saying politics don't play a role in this. I love that, because some politicians, I won't name them, have already attempted to politicize the fact that the roster has diversity. And my point was, as long as you go and get the best possible people, then the roster is going to be diverse, regardless. You know, everybody comes from a different walk of life, and all walks of life love wrestling. So if all walks of life love wrestling, then that means all walks of life want to be wrestlers. And if that's the case, that means you're going to get the best people from all walks of life without going the extra mile to be diverse. You don't have to go out of your way to try to be diverse. You can just go get the best people and end up diverse. And that's what I think is happening here, and I'm all for that. I'm just so stoked, not just for the show, but, man, for that whole company. If they stick with what appears to be their business model, then I don't think anything can get in their way. Now, I'm not saying they're going to crush WWE. Nobody will, right? WWE knows how to get the money. They know how to get money from networks. They know how to get money from different countries. So, not saying that, but they will crush it in the sense that they will have a large audience. And I feel that if they do what they did last night, and they just keep it going, they have minimal pay-per-views, right? You know, really build to those pay-per-views. Long-term story planning right there. You know, pay-per-view every 4 months. Then they can be very, very successful. Very successful. Because a pay-per-view a month is just too much. I also saw people complaining about the price tag of the pay-per-view. I streamed it off Fight, and it was $35. And I live in Canada, where everything is more expensive. So if you were getting it from traditional pay-per-view, yeah, they like to overcharge. That's what they do. So, you know, in the future, look at different avenues. Maybe online streaming. I don't know if you guys have Fight TV in the States. I can't see you not having something similar to that. But for me, the price was fucking amazing. $35 for a near 4-hour show. And that's another thing. The show didn't go too long. Like, I was halfway through, and it felt like it was the first quarter way through. It just had such a good... it just had such good movement. Like, transition from one match to the next was perfect. It felt like there was no wasted time. Obviously, some camera angles were a little off, especially with the belt revelation. But again, it's their first show, right? They didn't have the benefit of having the Ring of Honor guys doing it for them. And, you know, oddly enough, their show looked 100 times more professional than anything you would see out of Ring of Honor. Or even New Japan, for that matter. It looked really, really good. Really good. I like the darker setting. It really suits what they're trying to go for. It tells me that they're not trying to be too kid-friendly, right? Like the WWE. So this is what, when they say they don't want to compete, this is how I see it right there. You know, WWE is going after a younger audience. AEW doesn't appear to be doing that. And one big thing is the set design, right? And the fact that you don't hear high-pitched chants for Kenny Omega or whoever it is. So it was really good. Really, really good. I like the direction they're going in. I love the stage set. I like the jabs at WWE. And a lot of people think that was Cody saying, "I'm coming for you, WWE." But he said himself he wants to bury the Attitude Era. So I think that's what that represented. Not burying Triple H, but burying the Attitude Era. Because he made it pretty clear that Attitude Era is holding a lot of these guys back because of nostalgia. So that was very symbolic in a good way. So, yeah. Sorry about the lighting. I am outside, so it's pretty unpredictable. And if there's any background noise, which there most certainly is, I apologize for that. I was just out, and I just happened to have my camcorder on me, and I just had to talk about AEW. So, good news, I got tickets for me and Cool Mike. Got him a birthday ticket to go see TakeOver Toronto in August, so he's going to have to fly down. We'll finally be able to get a video with the both of us in it. And I think when we go, we'll take a camera and interview people, see what they thought of the show, put it up on the channel. So, anyway, it's your boy, no nickname Frank, signing off.